Hi, this is Aaron Hand, Editor-in-Chief of Pro Food World. Welcome to this Technology Minute. I'm here today with Steve Kelly, Director of Spiral Immersion Systems at FPS Food Process Solutions. Steve has been working in the food processing equipment industry for over 20 years, in particular with water bath and brine chilling systems. Welcome, Steve.
Thank you.
So, Steve, let's talk about the Spiral Immersion System. How did it come about?
Well, the Spiral Immersion System, or SIS, is basically a spiral conveyor in a tank of liquid, usually water or brine, that brings together the small footprint of spiral belting, the energy savings of conduction heat transfer, and the labor savings of continuous processing. Water bath processing and chilling with brine have been around a long time. However, traditionally, these systems have been basically a straight line conveyor going through liquid. Customers want the speed and quality that goes with water and brine processing, but in order to achieve any significant throughput, these systems get inconveniently large. And I thought about how to take advantage of the greater efficiencies of water and brine processing and at the same time make the equipment a more manageable size. And that sparked the idea of the SIS, and then I teamed up with FPS and Interlocks to develop the idea into an operating system.
All right, that sounds interesting. So what makes the Spiral Immersion System more efficient?
Well, conduction heat transfer, that is heat transfer by direct contact, such as in water, it's 25 times faster than convection heat transfer, and that is heat transfer by air. And that's the driving force behind the increase in efficiency of the SIS compared to chilling or freezing in air. Also, water is easier to move around than air, and water or brine can move at less than 10% of the speed that air needs to move to efficiently transfer away heat. The SIS only needs a 10 to 20 horsepower pump compared to 100 to 200 horsepower of fans for an air-based system. This increase in efficiency allows the SIS to be smaller than an air-based chiller or freezer with the same product throughput, so there's a much smaller base load with immersion processing. And the result is that the SIS uses up to 80% less electricity, up to 30% less refrigeration tonnage, and has a 50% smaller footprint than an air spiral with the same throughput.
Those sound like good stats, certainly, but how about the results you get from the SIS? How does it make it a better quality frozen food?
In food processing, the critical zone of water crystallization is from 30 to 18 Fahrenheit. And this is when the water within the cellular structure of the food becomes a solid. And the speed with which the temperature drops through this critical zone of water crystallization is what determines the size of the water crystals in the frozen food. The faster the temperature descent, the smaller the crystals, and consequently, the smaller the amount of cellular damage that occurs. And the slower the temperature descent, the larger the crystals, and the more damage there is to the cellular tissue of the food product. So using a minus 30 Fahrenheit brine, the SIS freezes food products 20 to 70% faster than freezing in air. And that equates to significantly less cellular disruption and substantially better retention of the natural color, texture, flavor, and quality of the food being processed.
And not just better quality, but better yield as well?
Yes, better yield as well. The SIS instantly freezes the surface of the food product, remember, 25 times faster than in air. And this creates an instant solid crust that helps prevent the osmotic transfer of water out of the cellular tissue and preserves an excellent natural and uniform appearance. There's minimal dehydration. Combine that with less cellular damage because of the faster freezing, and there is less drip loss then resulting when the product is thawed out. And this provides for a yield improvement of up to 2% compared to freezing in air.
So what are some of the other benefits of freezing foods in the SIS?
Well, the SIS produces safer food. The danger zone in food processing operations is between 40 and 140 Fahrenheit, where bacteria growth is exponentially higher. And since most foods are either harvested or processed at a temperature in the danger zone, and then they're stored at a temperature below the danger zone, the key to food safety and shelf life is to get that product out of the danger zone, 40 to 140 Fahrenheit, and into that safe storage zone under 40 Fahrenheit as quickly as possible. So the speed at which a product can be cooled below 40 is directly proportional to the amount of bacteria present in the food when it goes to storage. And therefore, the speed at which a product can be chilled to below 40 is directly proportional to the food safety and the shelf life of that food product. And because the SIS is up to 70% faster than air chilling, using the SIS results in a lower bacterium count in the food product, and therefore a longer shelf life, less spoilage, and a safer food product compared to chilling or freezing in air.
Is it just chilling and freezing that you do? Can you do other things with the SIS?
Well, the SIS operates in a temperature range from minus 30 Fahrenheit all the way up to 200 Fahrenheit. And the advantages of immersion processing apply to cooking, pasteurizing, and sous vide, as well as chilling and freezing. SIS cooking and sous vide provides a low to almost zero yield loss, as all the moisture remains trapped inside the bag with the food. And this compares to a 2 to 5% yield loss for products cooked unpackaged in air. SIS cooking and sous vide provides better quality food with a more tender texture, more flavor, better nutrient retention, because all of the moisture and the food nutrients stay in the bag, and most are reabsorbed by the food when it's cooled. Cooking, pasteurizing, or sous vide processing in the SIS provides a longer shelf life because the food reaches a bacterium kill step during heating in the bag. And convenience. Sous vide and cook chill products are ready to go, just heat and serve. So in the restaurant and institutional trade, you don't have to worry about the quality of your staff to handle and cook food correctly.
Is the SIS cheaper to operate?
Well, yes, the SIS is significantly more efficient, and this translates into lower operating costs. And in addition to lower energy consumption, the SIS uses less labor. The SIS uses a salt brine, and that is naturally antipathogenic. There's no exposed coil or other surface for the buildup of frost and ice from condensation. So the result is that the SIS never needs to be shut down for defrosting and rarely needs to be shut down for cleaning. This is a significant increase in processing time and a huge reduction in labor costs. One of the biggest labor-saving advantages of the SIS is the continuous flow process. The most cook, chill, or sous vide water bath processing arrangements are batch or semi-batch processes where food products are loaded into baskets and then they're placed in a tank filled with hot water. Then they have to be hoisted out and transferred to a cold water tank. And at the end of that process, the baskets have to be unloaded, usually by hand. That all requires a lot of labor. The SIS, on the other hand, is a continuous conveyor belt-based process from start to finish, fully automatic, and the result is a huge savings in labor costs.
Man, it really sounds like this is a game-changing technology.
Oh, that's right. There's several SIS installations in the US, cooking, chilling, and freezing food products. And until now, water bath processing has been problematic because almost all food products float and they're difficult to control underwater. But with the patented technology of the SIS and Interlox's self-stacking belt, even floating food products are secured within the belt stack and the food product is treated very gently. This revolutionary technology allows the SIS to take advantage of the superior performance of water and brine immersion processing, energy savings, labor savings, higher yields, longer shelf life, and safer and better quality food products. So yes, the SIS really is a game changer.
Okay, great. I really appreciate you taking the time to talk with us today, Steve. This is very interesting.
My pleasure. Thank you, Aaron.